I was 26, she was 27 when we first met. I was a lot more reserved and very always serious. She was very fun, very bubbly, and she just kind of brought a different light and perspective into my life.
We were just having fun, and we were just enjoying each other's company, and whatever happened, happened.
We dated for about 4 months before she was pregnant. And I said, okay, everything is about to get great. But that wasn't the case, because a year later, we ended up divorced. I grew up as with my family being Jehovah's Witnesses. When you leave that organization, they shun you. So I didn't have my family since I was 16 years old. A lot of the hurt and sadness drove me to numb it with drugs and alcohol. Throw that into the mix with both of us not doing what is right, it just becomes very, very toxic.
I knew that there was animosity. I knew that his heart wasn't in it. I mean, when he comes home almost every night at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I remember just sitting there nights on end, just crying to the Lord, like, why am I here? Why did you put me in this? So I had to just, I stuck it out as much as I could until I couldn't. At that point in time, I had open arms. Lord, whatever it is that you want from me, I'm here. I just need for you to change the situation. Little did I know that he was going to be changing my heart completely and transforming me. I knew if I reached out to the church, they can kind of guide me where I can go. And that's when they introduced me to my mentor. She was able to show me the relational part of knowing Jesus and how there's a difference between just saying a prayer and really following Christ.
I still remember it to this day. It was one day that I woke up in the morning and life just fell on me like a ton of bricks. My house was empty, and the realization really penetrated my heart to say, what are you doing? And how are you going about this without the Lord? And then I'm like, you know what? I need to go back to church. And so the next day, I went to a Wednesday night service. I walked out of that service in tears as I'm walking to the car, and then sitting there in my car for about 30 minutes. And at that point, I said, Lord, I'm done. Please step in and show me what I need to do. It was really relinquishing control to God. And the next day, I made a call to Idlewild, got connected with one of the pastors. That really started my journey on the transformation. So we're now both pursuing the right path. We just hadn't relinquished that control before. So we went to the courthouse, got remarried, then moved back in together, and the rest is history.
This time around, it was like we were together, but we were together praying. We were together going to church. We were together with the girls. It was just a pure time.
He led me back to Idlewild, to these amazing people that just started caring for me like if I was part of their family. It filled that void because I was missing that family aspect in my life. We both share this overwhelming feeling of gratitude towards Idlewild.
They never gave up on us. And they've reached out to us to go and say, hey, can you share your story? Hey, there's a couple, can you talk to them?
And she actually had the idea. She's like, what if we did a podcast about our marriage? United by love, but redeemed by God. That is the message of Married on a Mission.
No matter how ugly your marriage can get, and no matter how dark it can get, like God is gonna redeem.
If you allow him to.
If you allow him to redeem. I wanna be able to use this to showcase to the world, like, hey, Jesus is real and he can really change lives. We're just so grateful for the church, and we wouldn't be here where we're at right now if it wasn't for them.